Alright, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be talking about Jack Hughes versus Kaapo Kakko. So it's Kakko completely lighting it up, not only in the regular season, but in the playoffs, and then the double IIHF World Championships. I think he currently has 5 goals in 2 games. He's just a beast. He's probably one of the best players on Finland at age 18, well, so far in the tournament. And he's just a really complete, just really great player. And it's really awesome to see this, to have such another controversial, 1-2 punch with Jack Hughes and Kaapo Kakko. Because last year we didn't really have that. We had Dahlin at number 1 and no one was touching him. This year we got some more controversy. However, I will say, so Jack Hughes is still the consensus 10 out of 10 number 1 overall pick, but everyone is kind of trying to stir up the drama, stir up the pot, and say, with Kaapo Kakko's performance, could he really test the number 1 spot? And to that, I say, no. Jack Hughes, however, Kaapo Kakko is an unbelievable player. He's just great. He's a goal scorer. He's a pass. He's got elite vision. He is a franchise player in the making. Jack Hughes has all that plus more. Right now, you could probably say, maybe Kaapo Kakko is the better player right now. He's used to playing with men. He has been having a fantastic season. A lot of development taking place, especially if you look at his rankings, last year compared to this year. He's climbed the ranks all the way up to the, the number 2 spot. But we look at Jack Hughes, he has all the pieces and all the potential to be a franchise player for a very long time. However, Kaapo Kakko, you can say the exact same thing. So what's the deal here? Why is Jack Hughes still, the consensus number 1 pick? Why is Kakko not even really in the conversation still? Well, in my opinion, it is kind of like the 2016 draft where we saw Austin Matthews and Patrik Laine. In fact, it's very similar to that draft year, and just the top 10 is very similar. So we have Austin Matthews in 2016 who played for, I guess, the Swiss League, but the year before that he actually played on the same team Jack Hughes did. And we have Patrik Laine who was playing in Liga just like Kaapo Kakko. We had Austin Matthews, who's the centerman, who has the more two-way game, and we have Patrik Laine, who is the winger with the, the Ovechkin-like release, the shooter, and we have the center. We have the winger, and we have the center. We have the more complete player, and we have the winger. However, I do say it's a little bit different. So Jack Hughes is the center, Kaapo Kakko is the winger. However, Jack Hughes has a completely different game than Austin Matthews, so you can't really compare that. And so does Kaapo Kakko has a different game. But in terms of potential, they're very similar. See, when I saw that 2016 draft, however, I knew Austin Matthews was going to be taken number 1 overall. You could definitely say that Patrik Laine had just as much potential to be that franchise player as Austin Matthews did. One thing to keep in mind at the same time is centermen, even though, wingers are super important, centermen just naturally have more trade value. They're more valuable pieces in this equation. So if we have 2 players that are just say they're the same talent, but one is a center and one's a winger, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have the center with more value, even though they're the same potential. You really can't go wrong with either Kaapo Kakko or Jack Hughes. Obviously, they're both just franchise players in the making, super awesome. But New York Rangers, they're like, what am I going to get today? Am I going to get Hughes or am I going to get Kakko? However, they are going to get Kaapo Kakko. That's just no questions about it. They're both franchise players, but Jack Hughes has more. But Jack Hughes just has that extra, factor. I do really like Kakko, though. He is a really great comparable to like a Laine. I mean, not necessarily, but they're the same age range. Laine was drafted 4 years ago. Oh, wow, 4 years ago now. But Laine was drafted as a shooter. Kaapo Kakko can really rip the puck. He's definitely a shooter. However, Kaapo Kakko has more of like an all-around game. So where Laine really did struggle was his defensive play. Kakko does have that. Kakko has the shot. He can shoot, he can skate, he can pass, he has good hands. Honestly, I could see him as like a Laine, but with more potential. Jack Hughes versus Austin Matthews. We talked about that last video. They're just two completely different players. Jack Hughes being the more skilled side, Austin Matthews being the more bigger body, more power forward role compared to Jack Hughes. But just because, Kaapo Kakko is lighting up the men's league versus Jack Hughes does not mean that he is the number 1 overall pick. It's just not a question. It's just not in the question. And if he is drafted first overall, I will be very, very surprised. I almost guarantee you Jack Hughes will be going number 1. I just love seeing all the drama people are trying to create out of this, out of the 1 versus 2, the Taylor versus Tyler, this stuff's been going on for so long. It's just basically the media trying to, hype up the draft. But I don't blame him. But you got to keep in mind, even though, you know, that's why I say Kaapo Kakko could be the better player right now. He's used to playing with men, you know, where Hughes just played in the U18 National Development Program, where he did obviously face against, you know, 21-year-olds at the most. So the transition may be a bit easier for Kakko. However, Jack Hughes, you know, his potential is limitless, basically. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this little video of me comparing Jack Hughes and Kaapo Kakko. Super excited to watch the rest of the World Championships. Goodbye.